Welcome. Peace, and blessings. I guess we really are coming to you live from gorgeous Prince George's and South Carolina. It's another live session of Can We Be Fragrant? And today we have, um, you want to be called Michael or Mike?
There we go. Yeah, jumped off for a second.
Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. They just said that on Strange. They said I was having issues reconnecting right as we hit live.
Oh, oh no. So do you want to be called Mike or Michael?
Uh, Michael. My
Okay,
mom always said that. My mom always said that Mike is a white boy's name. So,
uh, all right, all right, Michael. I don't have no problem with that, Michael. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that to start off.
yeah, listen to the folks who may be watching via TikTok. This ain't the past of the first word was AME anymore. No,
Okay,
no.
okay. So for anyone watching for the first time, who are you, and how did fragrance become a part of your story?
Well, most people know me in these social media streets through boxing, be it my Pound for Pound Boxing Report podcast or me writing about boxing for threekingsboxing.com. All right. Fragrance journey, going back to when I was a kid, like a lot of us, um, smelling stuff at the beauty salon by the barber next adjacent to the barber shop, the lady selling scents there and oils there and whatnot. That kind of hooked me in. Starting checking out stuff, going to department stores and whatnot. Wasn't able to purchase much because teenagers don't have any real money. And but once I got a little bit of money, I began to collect, sort of. But life began to life, if you will. And with the passing of my grandmother in '09, took care of her basically the last 5 years of her life. Uh, that took a toll on me a lot, particularly from a mental standpoint. And given that, and just trying to get by, if you will, uh, kind of took the love away from fragrance because I had a lot of stuff, other stuff going on, right? But then, interestingly enough, while the country was in upheaval during pandemic, uh, there was a thing called uh, fragrance content creators on YouTube. People like Bowtie, people like now he's known as Triple B Way, and others um, that kind of pulled me back in. And also during that time, you could get fragrances at a steal
Hmm.
because people weren't going to department stores, right? Um, 30, 40, 50, upwards of 60% off. So you could really scoop up some stuff. And then that kind of further uh, pulled me in. And really, I've been really collecting again in a serious way since about 2022, 2023, and around that time.
Nice.
That's the time where I've built the bulk of my collection. Put it this way. I
Mhm.
was down to Mandarina Black and another fragrance. That was the only and a John Varvatos, the artisan, uh back in 20 from say 2017 up until like late 2019, early 2020. Now, let's just say I have significant more within my collection.
Mandarino Black. That's by Original Penguin.
Uh, I forgot the name of it. It's somewhere around here. It's somewhere
Okay,
deep in the crevices within my collection.
okay.
Um, yeah, I could go back and get it right quick, but I don't feel like moving, going off camera.
No, no,
But
that's okay. That's all good. We can look it up.
uh,
I just it sounded like it was something I was familiar with. I had heard of before.
So, if you could guess, or if you know, I'm curious now because you said you've collected quite a bit. How many fragrances do you think you have?
with this recent fragrance haul, over Black History Month, Black History Week, more close to 120, 125.
Oh, so that's a
Nice.
decent sized collection then.
If you have if you have one, if you can think of one, do you have a favorite?
Oh, that's easy. Y'all talked about it on a recent episode. This bad boy right here.
Oh,
Hold it up, I can't see.
Soul Cafe.
This
Oh,
bad boy right
okay.
here. Um,
Okay.
um, Culture and blackness in a bottle is what how I like to refer it as. True one of one. You can't find anything that smells like this. The blood orange, the tobacco, the oud, the smokiness to it. Um, Fall, winter, great for date night, even spring. This would be a killer wedding fragrance during the transition year. Great for rooftop party during the spring and summer. Uh, Cigar lounge, bar. Um, I know y'all like whiskey rose a little bit better, but for me, this right here is my A1.
Whiskey Rose is definitely to me better, but I do like that Soul Cafe, and that's nice that you chose that as your favorite fragrance.
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, that's my fragrance. Though there's a couple as giving it a run for its money. We can talk about it a little bit later.
Is there a note that you're almost powerless against that immediately grabs your attention when you smell it?
Right now, I've been on a raspberry and plum kick.
Hmm.
Raspberry during the spring and summer, uh, plum during fall and winter. Um, but if there's one, I'm a Tonka bean stan. I know a lot of people like vanilla during the cooler
Me.
weather, but I'm a Tonka bean stan. Uh, Whether during that time of the year or you could add it to the base of a certain fragrance, of a certain warm weather fragrance, depending on what you mix it with. Um, Tonka bean is one, but lately it's been raspberry plum, and I've been in my oud bag. I've been in my oud bag for the past couple of years.
Is there any fragrance that you just like stay away from, like any notes that you just can't stand?
If gardenia is too forward, it gives me a headache.
Mm, I get that.
Plum has been kind of it's always been around, but it seems to have gotten like a resurrection or some new life and energy in the last year. I've seen a lot of new things come out that have plum in it. That's interesting. Raspberry is always you always can kind of smell when raspberries in a note. That's so good. Um, Fragrances are often tied to memory. What's one scent that instantly takes you back to a specific moment in your life?
Discontinued now, but Second Soul
Ah,
from Zaharoff in
mm-hmm.
collaboration with Justin Copeland.
Okay.
Um, if you are a Fougere fan, particularly a Fougere um, old school barbershop kind of Fougere, the opening of this one gives you that feel. To me, this is black barbershop in a bottle, but then it transitions into this kind of smoky, boozy, slightly sweet kind of fragrance. Uh, this is a borderline masterpiece, in my opinion. Um, People want a sample of this. I'm hesitant to give it because, again, because it's discontinued. This is the Big Body Benz bottle. Extremely hard to find. If you do, you're probably going to have to pay at least $400 for it.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't available anymore. That they had discontinued it. Do you compare that to anything else that's out? Like, does it smell similar to another fougere that's popular or whatever, or you've come across?
No, because of the opening.
Okay.
That juniper in the opening, classic shaving cream kind of feel
Hmm.
in the opening.
Okay.
I don't know any fougere out now that has this barbershop style of opening.
I have
Mhm.
several Zahara fragrances. That was one of the ones that I didn't get. I just didn't get it, and now I kind of have heard so many people talk about it. I'm like, I definitely have FOMO there.
Mm.
How has your taste in fragrance changed over the years? And then, what does that say about where you are in life right now?
That I'm getting old. um, um, but my nose palette has evolved, if that makes sense. Uh, I adopt uh, white florals. If you would ask me at the beginning, years back, if you was to ask me 5, 10 years ago about rose, no, feminine. But now um, I'm a rose lover. If you ask me about gourmands, no, I'll rock a gourmand now. It's just that my palette has expanded, but I think that's with anybody, right? As you get older, um, things should become mature. You should mature, whether in fragrance or just in life. Um, put it this way: being a boxing fan, and I am, you should be a better boxer when you are at 28, 30 than you are at 21, 22. If you are MC, you should evolve and be a better MC, a better lyricist in your 30s and 40s than you are in your 20s. I think as serious fragrance consumers, I adopt that same mentality.
I got to jump in here real quick because we talking about lyricists. So what happens? Like, 'cause you have some people, in my opinion, like Nas, that was great early on. Jay Z, great early on, and their music didn't hit the same later on. They didn't seem to have the same hunger, the same desire. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Jay-Z has lost his hunger because of other corporate interests, right? Nas has not. His last few albums serve as evidence, in my opinion. He's still in the grind.
Hmm.
I don't think Jay-Z is in the grind like that. Um, I think Common, when he wants to be, is really in the grind. Now, understand music is a little bit different because I think that for a lot of artists, there's like a 10-year shelf life where they up apex from a popularity standpoint, but then their popularity will start to fall off. However, if you are still hungry, uh, you continue to work on your craft. And I think that Nas in particular still works on his craft. He still keeps his eye in the streets in the same way that Jay-Z has not. You can't when you Jay-Z and you working with
$1 billion
corporate,
corporations.
right. You can't do that and be a predatory capitalist at the same time. Just saying.
Got you. Um, what's the most personal fragrance in your collection?
Hmm. I would have to go with Soul Cafe again because to me that is me. That is the best representation of myself.
Okay.
When I'm really on it, when I'm really out here and I want to put my best foot forward, um, that's the thing that comes to my mind. That's why I was saying that it's true culture and blackness in a bottle in the very best sense, at least in my opinion.
What's a fragrance that you grew up wearing or that you used to wear and you no longer wear it, but one that you used to really love?
Don't get mad at me, but Blue Day Chanel.
Yeah,
Oh,
no one is mad at you. That's still a great fragrance.
okay. That's one of
it's not
Kareem's
that it's a
keys.
bad fragrance, but I'm past that stage in my life.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, hold on. Let's
I'm,
end this live right now. Hold on, let's stop
yeah,
this live right now because that's crazy.
So what
I'm
replaced
past that in my life.
what replaced your
Okay, okay. When you put your nose on stuff like Bois Imperial,
Great fragrance.
I'm not saying that Blue Day Chanel is bad, but once you put on fragrances like that, that's all encompassing. Do you want to really wear Blue Day Chanel, particularly given this F boy reputation right now?
One, I didn't know it had that reputation, but two, I think it's an easy grab. It's not offensive. Like as great as I think Bois Imperial is, um, you kind of have to be into fragrances to appreciate that.
Here's a better
A
example. Here's a
person just
better
coming across
example.
that wouldn't like it.
Here's a better example for me. I'll put a better example out there. African rooibos from Chris Collins.
Great fragrance.
Once you get your nose on that, really, again, Blue Day Chanel to me, as good as it is, particularly if you are an adult, I'm just not reaching for that anymore.
Mm.
what's one fragrance that you reach for now that you still like that you still rock with from back in the day that you constantly just keep grabbing for no matter it's like a timeless wonder for you.
I mean, if the OD Aqua di Gio was in an EDP form, I'd still wear it. I'd still wear it.
Hold on. So you wear Aguadizio, but not Blue Day Chanel?
The man like what he like. Stand by it.
Okay.
I think it's
Aqua
a
di
time and
Gio
place for both.
Aqua di Gio is a classic to me in the way that Blue Day Chanel is not.
I,
This is crazy.
It's
Hold on. I got to end this live right now. This is crazy.
because of memory. It's one of the first fragrances I bought when I was a got my hands on when I was a teenager. You talk
Hmm.
about memory, it gives me memories in the same way that Blue Day Chanel does not, personally.
Mm.
Okay, so
That
it's
that
more the memory than the
that
smell.
yeah, it's the memory.
Okay. Um,
That and Green Irish Tweed.
It's a great fragrance as well.
you have that one, Kareem?
I do.
Oh, you have everything. I shouldn't be surprised.
I no, I don't have everything.
All right, we're talking about fragrances and likes, dislikes, what we're moving past. But do you have a fragrance in your collection that is underrated? Like not enough people talk about it, um, but it's just super
Hmm.
underrated.
LaProu from King Six. Um, the combination of raspberry again, apple blossom, peony, um, fruity floral that a lot of folks don't know about. I got my nose on it. Actually, the owner reached out to me um, privately and wanted to send me a sample. Um, was able to cop a full bottle at Steel, basically, um, at Black on Fragrance Week last week. I don't know if y'all can see it. This is 100 ml, and I already got a bit of a baby dent. This is just from wearing it last spring and summer.
Mm.
Um, Great wedding fragrance, um, brunch, church. You can dress this up or dress this down during the warm weather, and you can layer this with BR 540, the OG York Straight, um, liquid compliments from Nazar. And for those who are who like to go guillotine mode, if you want, you can even overspray this a little bit.
Do you at this age, at this stage, do you blind buy fragrances?
I shouldn't, but I do. I
So
shouldn't, but I do.
what usually causes you to just blind buy something like somebody an influencer or somebody will talk about how great it is, or you'll hear other people in the group chat or whatever.
I have a pretty good idea of what I like, right? Um, and because of that, I could guesstimate. I know that's not a word. That what works for me, and there's a couple of influencers whose opinion I greatly trust because they know what I like. And so if they suggest something, um, I don't blind buy often, but when I do, those are the criteria.
You just been on like a spray, like a heavy spray. Are you a heavy sprayer, or what's your spray routine?
No team overspray, particularly some of the fragrances I got, because some things I got a super beast mode. I'll, depending on the fragrance, I'll go as little as two or as many as eight. Uh, collarbone, collarbone, behind the ear, either the crease of the elbow or back of the hand.
You don't spray the top of your head? No,
You're not the first person who asked me that.
yeah, yeah. I'm asking because I do that sometimes, and let me tell you, it worked wonders, especially when you take your hat off and they get that waffle. They be, oh,
If I layer with a body oil, I'm more likely to dab a little cup of body oil on the dome.
okay.
I love that for y'all. I never would have thought of that. I guess I only think about hair perfume and that sort of thing. I love that for y'all.
You
Though
you
when I
spray
do
that
that,
cloud and walk
I
right
mean,
through it.
for the members of the bald head brigade, for me, the key is you got to take care of this because I exfoliate the dome. I
Yeah.
exfoliate the dome before I shave it. Particularly since I'm a workout warrior, you got to take care of this part of your skin just like you take care of everything else.
Mm.
That is so true.
Yeah, Kareem has an awesome routine when it comes to skincare. If y'all haven't seen that, go watch it. It's on YouTube. Um, but I do have a question. I think I know the answer already, but I'm just gonna ask. Niche versus designer, where do you fall? I mean, through conversation, I think I know the answer through this conversation, but I'm just curious.
And let me preface this by because I hear that debate all the time. I compare it to spades, right? Before you before you play spades, you have to have established how you're going to play, right? Do you play with the kitty or not? Do you take the two of hearts and two of diamonds out? How do you go down? Big little joker, double deuce, deuce ace, what? Or do you go straight? I say all that to say my criteria for niche is a little bit different. I know a lot of people say that niche is for those who sell just fragrance. My thing is the quality of the juice. The truth is in the juice. That's what matters for me. Technically, um, this house is a designer house because they sell merch.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody put their nose on the juice, it's niche, super niche as far as I'm concerned. Um, some would argue that Elemental is niche, even though he sells wines, right? Um, and you can tell me that stuff from Elemental, stuff from Savoir Faire, stuff from Dreamhouse Curio are not niche because of the quality of what's in this bottle.
Hmm.
So I'm always hesitant to ask that question because standard definitions of niche and designer for me, I don't fall into.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: with so many niche brands that exist and are, it seems like popping up every day. Do you think that bubble is reaching a tipping point, or is the market still growing? I'm asking that because you kind of touched on it a little bit, where you have like the elemental that's niche, but the lines are kind of blurring at this point for a lot of these companies.
Not there yet, but it's fast approaching that. It's fast approaching that. I mean, especially with the plethora of new fragrance houses that's dropping seemingly every other month.
Right.
Um, my fear is that the quality will be affected.
Right. Because everybody isn't going to come out with top notch, best of the best ingredients. If you just are a new fragrance house and you trying to keep up, I guess, with the competition and constantly pushing out product.
Exactly, because if we're really going to be honest here, 85, maybe, mm, I'll just keep it at 85, maybe 90% of fragrances just kind of smell good. But for me, when you're talking niche, that's next level. Um, are we getting that out? Are we getting it all the time with some of these newer quote unquote niche houses? Um, no. Are we even getting that with some of these designer houses? Eh,
Mm.
Especially when you're talking about the price point now. Like a lot of them seem
hmm
to want to start off at $400 up. And for $400, I'm like, you need to kind of blow me away. I don't want to just be like, oh, that smells okay.
I mean, $200, 250 for a designer in a department store? It's bananas right now.
Do you like that new Prada? What is it? Prada Paradigm?
Paradigm.
I haven't put my nose on it yet. I got to go sniffing in the next month or so.
You'll love it. You'll like it.
I just I just watched a video from Ariel Shoshana, who she makes fragrances, and I posted it in my TikTok story today. And she kind of was talking about fragrances and prices and why the prices of things, and how there's this thing where it's like you need to buy fragrances from the US. And she said, well, that sounds good, but outside of like orange and a few other notes, everything is outsourced. So you're paying the tariffs on these fragrances. She said, we can't grow a desert here. That's not how it works. So there are certain notes that we just won't have access to. I do think that is kind of why fragrance prices are elevating. I know Kayali, for example, just released something saying they were gonna up the prices of their fragrances. And it just makes me think in general, now that so much is happening and the world is crazy. AI is starting to come and take over, right? And how do you feel about AI entering the fragrance game? Like,
You kind of stole my question because I was going to ask. I was going to ask
sorry.
y'all in response. Can the bubble burst? You mentioned tariffs, right?
Yeah.
Um, and these houses are having to go up um, along with the AI stuff long term. Can the bubble burst, if that makes sense?
I think so, right? Like if you're limited to what can be created, developed, tested by a human, that's an extensive process. That requires a lot of inputs and outputs, time that goes into that. Now, if you're talking about a computer system that can almost like they're talking about on Spotify now, where they have these playlists that are just AI generated. They create the music and they're just able to just generate this stuff endlessly. And this is what people are listening to. They're saying that these are like they did one interview where they interviewed this woman and she's like, these are my favorite artists, and she didn't even know that they were AI.
AI.
hmm
Wow.
And so with fragrances, like you would expect that a company has worked on something for 3 or 4 years, they've developed it, tested it, and pushed it out. Now you're talking AI can run through formulations in a matter of minutes, maybe. And like if at some point they're going to be able to have covered every fragrance combination.
And where's the quality control?
And right.
And it just loses the sauce. Like, I don't know. There's certain jobs for me that AI just can't do as well as a human. AI doesn't have feelings, emotions. It can't evoke certain things the way that a person can. A person can smell this and be like, this smells like a little like dog poop. You know what I mean? Like, how are these AI programs going to be programmed to have all of these things that people can tie things to? And I don't know. As exciting as I would be to see what they could create, it also is like I don't know if I want it. I don't know if I want it. I think I just want the people, the love, the passion in these sense.
The intimacy is going to be sacrificed, I fear.
Yeah.
It's like the intimacy between um, a man and a woman having a phone conversation, having to actually write a letter, as opposed to texting and DMing each other all the time.
I think about the elemental and the process. We just did the interview with him, and he was saying his process behind creating these fragrances, and they are real life experiences that he takes and memories he evokes from. Like, how can AI do that? You know what I mean? Like, it just,
Like the AI can't give the life connections that you have with you. I think that's the big things, like the connections and then the memory, the recall
Hmm.
sense. Like AI is
Like
not going to say, "I remember this from my childhood" because it's
yeah,
non-existent. So I think that those are the biggest. The human connection is one thing that
yeah,
AI can never. And
when
it's
when I when I hear the relationship between a husband and wife duo who makes day three fragrances, right?
Those are good fragrances.
It shows itself when they with their fragrances, right? Um, you mentioned the elementals. Um, I know he's controversial, but even someone like to a lot of people, even someone like Harmony, there's an intimacy that he has with his fragrances. Um, my fear is that's going to be gone, and everything is going to be too artificial,
yeah. And
nothing
to
organic.
Yeah. And you said something. You were like, basically, how, I don't know, I think about it too in other ways. Like, back in the day, I knew everybody's number by heart, right? Then we got cell phones, we could just program it. And a cell phone now, it's like, oh, let me just check my phone. I don't even need to know this person's number by heart anymore. I don't need this person's address. Oh, I'll just put in my GPS. It'll get me there. I don't know. And it's just like I think about that in the fragrance world. And there are so many things that can go right, but there are also so many things that can go wrong with that. And we just lose the sauce. And I think, I don't know, it's just like the sauce, the recipe. Like, you don't want to lose that. Like, yeah, no.
It's it doesn't have a soul, right? And with these fragrances, that you can tell that like there's a soul to it, that it's a combination in this recipe of creating this fragrance that I don't think can be imitated. It can only be created, if that makes sense.
Nah, facts. I agree.
you, you drop off. Oh, okay.
Yep, he back. He back.
My bad, y'all. My bad. This thing keeps wanting to reconnect on me.
Oh,
Disconnect.
it's
My bad,
okay.
y'all.
No, you good.
But go ahead. What with what you were saying?
No, I was just saying like AI has the ability to imitate, not necessarily create. And so you, as a part of that creation, you're able to pull from all these different places, and that's what gives whatever you're creating in a fragrance a soul. I don't know that a computer is able to generate that. Like it can replicate something. It could say people in these tests like Baccarat Rouge. These are the notes that they like in it. Let's take that fragrance and tweak it a little bit, and people are basically going to like that back in return. You can do that, but to just
Yeah.
be able to like this, you know what? This smells like being under a lemon tree. How would a computer know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn. Damn.
There seems to be a new fragrance that's pushed out every day. Have you gotten fragrance fatigue yet?
Not yet,
Not
because
yet.
I do my best not to fall into FOMO. Um, I have a I guess I have a reputation of getting stuff that is kind of off the beaten path. Um, and that's number one. Two, I'm only willing I ball on a budget, so I'm only going to spend so much on a fragrance. Um, and because I kind of rock with a lot of independent and black owned stuff, which is technically independent, um, I've been able to avoid FOMO for the most part.
What's the most expensive fragrance in your collection? You just mentioned not wanting to spend a certain amount, so I'm curious.
Um, French defense from Mind Games, though I was able to get a discount because let's face it, one of the first rules of this fragrance game is to never pay retail, avoid paying retail.
Avoid,
Um,
avoid.
right. So what does it cost? It costs close to 4 bones on retail. I was able to get it at roughly $90 off the 280 range.
That's a solid fragrance. We
Hold on.
like
And which one did you get from Mind Games?
French defense.
French
French
Defense. Okay.
defense.
Okay. All right.
What's something that you bought that you like? I could have did without this in the long run.
Hmm. That's hmm. Hmm. Maybe Coco Loco from Zaharoff. It's not that it's bad, but longevity is a lot to be desired on that.
I feel that way about a lot of their fragrances, though.
They got some good ones, they got some bangers, but that one in particular, and I've heard that argument from folks. Um, I have to really, I don't like overspraying, but you really have to overspray with that, or I will layer it with a another coconut fragrance.
Do you feel most of your fragrances are like big rejecting, or do you prefer more close scents like skin scents? Like, which one do you own more?
It just depends. It just depends. My brother, it just depends because I'm situational. I'm a situational where um, if I'm at work, um, I will prefer one thing. If I'm dressed up, I prefer another thing. If I'm running errands, something else. If I'm dressed up at an event, gala, uh, I really want something to stand out and be 10 toes down about. So it all just depends on where I am at. If it's date night, I really don't care because what are you doing wanting beast mode 12-hour fragrance? If you need that for a date night, something's wrong. Um, so it doesn't so performance or whatever doesn't matter because to me, I want to leave the memory of what I smell. Of the smell to me, I want to leave a impression, a memory to her. I want her to feel my presence with my words and how I carry myself along with my fragrance, if that
I,
makes sense.
no, it makes sense because you imagine if you pick up a date, y'all riding in a car together, you don't want your fragrance choking them out. You don't want to be constantly feeling like you can't breathe. Um, it, there should be some room to want to be closer and smell whatever it is that you're wearing,
I mean,
instead of other
Dolce
person. Yeah.
Gabbana, that's why Dolce Gabbana, the one is such a great date fragrance. It's not necessarily there for a long time, but damn it, it's a good time.
Listen, you redeemed yourself for at least for right now, because that Blue Day Chanel talk is just blasphemy. But
Oh boy.
that the one is, they appropriately named that, because I don't know, like I've come across so many people that uh I have introduced to that fragrance, or that they have it, and I've heard them talk about it, and it's just it's mass appealing. It works in so many different environments and scenarios. It's a great fragrance.
Exactly.
What fragrance gets you the most compliments?
Ooh, Sartorial Nui
I
from
know this name.
Navitus.
Okay, yes,
Navitus.
yes, yes.
And is it
5 compliments in a 45-minute span.
Mhm.
that's solid? That's solid. 5 compliments in 45 minutes is
Eight
I
total throughout the day.
where'd you wear it? Where'd you wear it?
When I first got it, I couldn't help myself. It was during the summer too, like August. So it was July, late July, early August. So it was still hot and humid at AF here in the Carolinas. And when he was promoting it, he was basically defining it as a signature scent. Put it on. And I was thinking, oh man, I don't know about this. Maybe too much because of the heavy Tonka presence, right? But I was um, running some errands on a day off in the grocery store. I was there an hour. Compliment on one aisle, compliment on another aisle. At the top of one aisle, lady walked up and complimented and asked what was I wearing. I was like, oh my God, this is it too much? Is it too much? No, I like that. I could smell you. Wait, I can smell you on the down on the downside of the aisle. I like that. What are you wearing? And I gave up, dropped off the information and whatnot. Um, so that one in terms of in a single in a single day. Overall, Bois Imperial, that one gets a compliment just about every time I wear it. Um, Blue Talisman,
Mm.
um, Drip from the Czar. Two women stopped me in the middle. Stopped me. I was on my way, and I guess they smelled the walk by air. Turned around. I guess they. Next thing I know, felt some presence, and they stopped by me. What is that you got on? So those are just a few.
I've never got that's crazy to get so many compliments in one setting. That's what's up.
But that was at the grocery store, and then I got four more. Um, no, two more at a Walgreens, um, and two more at a Walmart that day.
Who's the who's the person
Sartorial
behind? Yeah,
Nui
that's what I'm trying
is
to figure out.
Navitus. That's one of Bowtie Fragrance guys
Okay, okay,
releases.
okay. Um, Navatus don't get a lot of respect. It seemed like it, but they got a lot of good
Bruh,
fragrances. They got so many
bruh.
good fragrances. Look, out of any house, I think I have the most fragrances from them. I think I have over 10,
Hmm.
like 12, I think.
The Viva More,
Oh,
the
Viva
BR
More.
540
Listen, this guy
Creed,
know what he's talking about.
BR 540 Creed had a baby. That's Viva More.
People
This
say
old
that, but I don't get
Debonair,
it.
I
Oh,
do. This old Debonair from absolute banger
hold on. That
in a
bottle is green.
suit,
That's the green bottle, right?
green,
Yeah, yeah.
in a
Uh-huh.
suit. My brother,
Do you have
clean
divine
and
do you have divine aphrodisiac?
oh, I got it. The peanut butter joint. Yeah, I got it.
Woo! Listen.
That orange peanut butter in the mid.
Forget about it. The key.
Come on.
What else is it
The
that they have?
Key, Siesta Drive,
Siesta Drive,
the
Champagne
OG Sarah,
Royale.
the OG set. Yeah, from what's the influencer name? I forgot the cat's name. The
CJ
OG
City.
Serenade, the OG Serenade, which is now back in stock. You talk about a grown-up men's gourmand.
Oh, Lyric.
I got that too.
Listen. We could go. Look, we could take over this live talking about all the good fragrances that Novelty's pushing out.
I know Divine Aphrodisiac is polarizing, but
I don't know
man,
why.
if you
That's a
like it,
that's a great fragrance. Great, strong
that cinnamon, the spicy with the cinnamon,
Ceylon cinnamon.
then that mid. Man, look. And you
Maybe I
don't
gotta
need many
tap
sprays
in.
either.
What'd you say, Jessica?
I said maybe I need to tap into them because I don't have any by them.
Listen, I think it's impossible to go through that house and not find a fragrance you love. I don't mean just
Mhm.
like, I mean love.
Love.
They have so
The
many good fragrances.
the Embrace joint,
Oh, the Embrace. I
uh,
got that. This guy know what he's talking about. See this? See
the
you
the
redeeming
the the the
yourself.
big, what I say, triple beard,
Oh, I
triple
know what
B
you. I
way,
know what you're gonna
otherwise known as
say.
Big Beard Business, the one that smells like a lot of people often compare it to Delina.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say that one. I thought you was gonna say
The
it's a
Exalting the Wheat joint, the tobacco joint
it's a heavy
from Big Beard.
it's a heavy tobacco one. I can't remember the name of it right now.
I got it. The Exalting the Wheat, the black bottle.
Hmm.
I got that back here. I got that here too.
I got two of their discovery sets, Jessica. We can go
We
through
need,
those.
yeah, definitely, because I've seen people talk about them. I've just
The
never.
Sawar Exclusive joint too from Big Beard. Yeah, yeah, man.
Um, I guess it's on me. Funny because we talking about novelties and this stuff is for a niche brand that puts out X straights. Their fragrances be like $200,
You
Mm,
can get
and,
on beauty.
and
You can get on
you can
Beauty
get
List
them.
for 30, 40%.
This is what I'm saying, and then you
y'all
can
got to tap me
and
in.
look, you can get them there, or you can wait until one of these sales where they do buy one get 30% off, and then the more you buy, you get 50% off. So I ended up buying like 10. So it was like I paid for five. It was
Oh
I
crazy.
got
wow!
I got three of mine for under 300, for like
This this
$250.
is what I'm saying. And these things
Wow.
last. But do you think price reflects quality in fragrances, or are we mostly paying for branding and presentation?
Are Time Force really worth the price? I'll just put it that way. Are
That's
Bond
tough.
9 really worth the price?
They're not.
I don't know. I love me a bond number 9.
I don't know. I went to smell. I went to go to the store and try to buy one, and I just
I
wasn't.
know, I know, I know Bodicea is popular, um, but are all of those joints really worth the price?
See, I can't imagine paying $1,400 for a fragrance.
Yeah, no.
1200 for a fragrance. I could get 30 fragrances for that.
And I put my nose on Blue Talisman. I like Blue Talisman, but to pay that much for it, and Green Talisman as well, especially now that folks are trying to say that Bodicea is an expensive dupe house.
Oh, you mean green blue sapphire and green
Blue
sapphire.
Sapphire, and
Yes.
Green
Yes.
Sapphire. My apologies.
Yes, yes.
But I do.
A dupe house. Hmm.
Let's not even get on dupes because the way Kareem hate that, the way a dupe hate to see Kareem coming. What's your take? What's your take, real quick, on dupes? Are you for them, against them? Do they serve a purpose? If so,
I'm not gonna say I'm against them because I have dupes.
okay.
Some because out of necessity, right? The Dior Fève Delicios is discontinued,
Good fragrance.
so I had to get the Smoot, the Paris Corner Frenetic Delicios, which is a damn good inspiration.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Um, for 35, 40 uh cookies, dollars. Um, I'm not gonna knock dupes because I don't want a pocket watch. It's kind of unbecoming in my opinion. The only problem I have is getting over flooded, and I just don't understand how a lot of people can make this strong argument that dupes are better than just about all of most OGs. I'm not buying it. There are some good inspirations, but to say that's just so good, and I understand the quality has stepped up in terms of dupe houses, but um, some folks need to chill when it comes to pushing dupes.
Do you feel what I hear you saying inspiration? Do you feel dupe and inspiration are the same
I
thing?
knew it was coming.
Because there's we've had a discussion
Well,
over.
let me. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Thanks for the clarification because dupes mean one of one. There is no true one of one when you want to, if you want to put it in that context. No. So you're right. Let me say inspiration.
I know you mentioned that Dior Fev joint. Kareem, isn't that what I sold at Selena's event? That was one of them. I had Fev and I had what's the other one? I decluttered them both. I felt like they both
I thought you got rid of ombre new week.
that one, but I had two. I had
Okay.
two.
Okay.
I had blind bought this big Dior order. I was like, oh, I'm about to be in my bag. Whole time, I literally meant to do Louis Vuitton, but this is kind of when I was new in the game. I've had when I decluttered those, I had them for years, and I thought I was thinking I was going to buy Louis Vuitton, but I had ended up buying Dior. I don't even know. So I had bought those two. Child, it smelled like the for me on at that time. I wonder now revisiting them, maybe my mindset would be different, right? My nose has matured so much since that time. Things that who am I? I am a I hate white flowers girl. Here I find myself liking a white floral minus tuberose. But all the other white flowers I think are okay with me. So maybe I would have liked it. Now I love my nose maturing. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier. Um, Go ahead, Kareem. My
No, I
bad.
was just gonna say that because we all know you on a rose girl, so
I am the
you're
rose
gonna
girl.
you're gonna eventually start liking roses. But I like to
And
see that you
my
coming around with these with your love for tuberose.
and my other
I would never.
and
Go
my
ahead, Mike.
other fear is that uh some of these inspiration houses are going to venture into our territory, the black
Mhm.
hand side territory, right? Um, I don't want to see an inspo of Whiskey Rose. I get pissed off. I
I get
don't
that.
want to see an inspiration of um, rich folks of cashmere sex. I don't want to see an inspiration of Miami tropical confessions, especially since one particular house that starts with a D tried to gank some black-owned fragrances and had to stop that with the quickness because of possible litigation.
Mm,
We can talk about that behind the scenes.
yeah.
I think that's a beautiful point, right? And that's kind of how I feel about these dupes as well, too, right? Because if you say it's okay, at what point do you like admit you've opened the floodgates and now they copying everything? You don't want them to copy the elemental. You don't want them to copy pink mahogany. You don't want them to copy soul cafe. You know what I'm saying? And if you're okay in it now with the big stuff, eventually they're gonna be like, well, you know what? Some of these brands is kind of nice and getting a
Mhm.
following. We're gonna tap into them next, and you
I
taking
mean,
business away from them.
one of my recent purchases for Black History Month was is Urbane from 86 West. Simplistic, no profile, but this thing is smooth, really, really smooth, right?
86
I would
West.
hate, I would
Okay.
hate, I would hate to see an inspo house try to gank this. I get
Mhm.
upset because I they put too much because companies from our community put too much work and they always working from a deficit, if that makes sense. And for them to put all their investment in there and have someone just gank it and it takes away from their sales in particular, given how hard they have to fight to get their stuff out there. No, no, that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
We got a couple questions in the chat. We got it says, do you guys not think designer fragrances and niche fragrances inspire from each other? That's from Hodges.
Expire from each other.
Inspire.
Inspire from. Of course.
I think everybody kind
Of
of gets
course.
inspired from each other, right? But I think it's a difference between um, me taking your apple pie recipe, no joke to Nigel there, but me taking your apple pie recipe and copying that and selling it for less, as opposed to me looking at what you did and saying, I know how I could improve on that. I could use wheat flour instead of all purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like we all are inspired from something. Like nobody just, I guess, randomly comes up with everything on their own. That's just my take on it.
I tend to agree. How can I put this? Angel Share was super popular when it was released in 2017. Dream House of Curio had a similar fragrance back in 2015, 2014. Apple Rum and Jasmine. Just saying.
Never heard of it. You got me writing down stuff over here.
I
I'm trying
know.
to keep track of what we're talking about and write down some of these fragrances
I,
that you mentioned.
I think they probably are. They do, but I think it's probably comes from the perfumers. They're cross. They're going to different houses. They're going to different jumping over designers, and they're designing on so many. They're going to take some of their forms and tweak it and bring something new on the other side.
No, definitely.
And is it me, everyone, or do certain perfumers basically have the same formula no matter what fragrance they make?
And that's what I was getting ready to bring up. Yes, to that. And also, I don't know what I was watching or who I was talking to the other day, but we were having a conversation. And it's like all the perfumers are sourcing fragrances from the same place. Like the oils and they're sourcing them from the same place. What they're doing is we were talking about, I can't, oh, I wish I could remember,
We
but
were
we were
talking to
saying,
the elemental.
okay, thank you. Because I'm like, I know we were having this conversation and how he was saying that basically there are fragrances that they have all the same notes. They just use a little more of this, a little less of this, a little. So it's like, of course, everybody's using the same thing. Of course, it's gonna smell alike. Of course, they're drawing inspiration. They see what works from somewhere and then they get it from somewhere else. And then we talked about perfumers. I'll say it. My good fella, Quentin Beach. Okay, he works from the high of the high to Zara, which to me ain't the low of the low, because y'all know I love a Zara fragrance. But then you have people like that, his mind, he's like, oh, well, maybe I don't have to be as creative because I'm creating for this high-end brand, but he has the freedom to be more creative with the low-end brand because you know what I mean? Or vice versa. I would tend to think he would get more creative with the lower end brand. He has more creative freedom where the designers kind of know what they have in mind, what they want and have a starting point. I feel like I don't know, maybe that's just me, but of course, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Everybody is inspired by like they're all using the same stuff.
Yeah,
Um
because he does Bois Imperial, right? But if you study him long enough, he can fall into a certain pattern. But he's not alone in that, so I'm not
of
going to
course.
knock him totally.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
And it's also like if you did work for one job and got fired and another job paid you to do that very same work, you're gonna take some of that with you.
Yeah.
I,
Exactly, exactly.
I
Yep.
don't know that I'm knocking anybody for doing that. I think when I think of dupes, I'm not necessarily thinking of um, one person making the same fragrance for two companies because it's technically that person that created that fragrance. I'm thinking of somebody created this fragrance and now the oil man is telling me that this is Tom Ford's uh, Tuscan leather that they done made up in the back lab, and I'm like, I'm good on that. No disrespect to anybody that buys or rocks that. That's just not for me.
And I know that just many conversations with Kareem, another gripe he would have is that people just to push the agenda along. So this is not even just after the fragrance is made, all of that. Let's say I give a review on a dupe and I say this smells just like Baccarat 540, right? I've never smelled it, but I've heard other people say it smells just like it. So now somebody who trusts me that has some type of platform is now, hey, she said it, it's law, it's word, and now nobody knows what it really smells like. I mean, maybe I had it before or something like that. But I think that's a bigger gripe for Kareem. That's, I don't even know if it's so much them making dupes, because I think at this point it's inevitable. I think we're just at that point now. I guess if we didn't buy from them, it wouldn't be inevitable, but there always going to be a market for them now that they're here. But I do think people giving these opinions and not having the real one. I know the way I approach a dupe is separate than other people. I have the real one. I don't want to spend the money to keep replacing it. So I find something that smells just like it and I put the people on. But, not everybody approaches it that way.
I'm I know we beating a dead horse on this, but I just feel like I don't necessarily agree with undercutting somebody's hard work for the low. Like instead of trying to create the 20th iteration of Baccarat Rouge or Creed Aventus, you could literally just create something brand new. You
And prove
could.
it.
You really could. You could use that money to create and come up with something that smells good and is uh no one has gotten their nose on before. Uh okay, Michael, if you could only keep three fragrances from your collection for the rest of your life, what would they be? And we
Ooh.
already know Soul
Soul
Cafe.
Cafe is one. Yeah, yeah. Not named Soul Cafe. Oh my gosh.
Aquadigio.
Not. I mean, if it was a higher oil concentration, and not now. In truth. Um. Ooh. 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 Soul Cafe is one. Um. Nocturne from House of Ira is two. This, you talk about a Boston of Boston's. Damn it, man. That's one.
Hold on, and
Um,
it's Nocturnal by who?
House of Ivor.
Nocturne from House of Ira.
Spell it.
Uh, Nocturne. House of Ira. Ira is spelled Iyrah.
Okay.
House of Ira was a hit at Sin Explorer 2024 from people who I know attended. Um,
Yes. That's why I was asking you to spell it because it's triggering my memory. Hold on, were you at San Explorer?
no,
Okay.
no. I know some people who was up there 2024. I know a lot of people who was up there last year, and including sharing some of the shenanigans that took place behind the scenes. But that's another discussion behind the camera,
Okay.
behind after the show. Oh gosh, Soul
Um,
Cafe,
Soul Cafe
Nocturne.
Nocturne. Yep.
I want to say, I want to say Second Soul, and
Damn.
I probably should,
Okay.
but, 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 I may go with Signature Rosé from Zahara.
That's a great fragrance too. I have that one. I like that fragrance a lot.
I mean, we're getting ready to go into wedding season. We're getting ready to go into, for those who attend Kentucky Derby, Preakness, you know how we show up there. Shut it down.
Oh oh
You
oh
wear
that oh
Signature
that,
Rosé,
oh that's you. That's you. You get dressed up with your hat and oh.
or all white party.
Mhm.
For those who go to those bougie Negro Divine Nine events, you know what I'm talking about. That's why you're laughing. Um,
I never heard of it. What's the Divine Nine? Go ahead.
oh.
Go ahead.
um, all white event. Um, Signature Rose is the best rose fragrance I have in my collection.
Mm.
I think it's a top 10 rose fragrance. That thing is a banger.
Um, so let me ask you this: since Nigel want to show up and talk about inspired by it, do you keep your boxes to your fragrances or not?
I knew it was coming.
I'm not gonna lie, some of them I do.
That's a good answer.
Some of them I do. Nocturne was so coveted that I kept the box, right? Once I really got back into collecting, Naxos has a special meaning to me, so I kept the packaging presentation. Um, those are a few, not all of them, but just, I mean, hell, French Defense, just because it was so damn expensive, I kept the box. But not everything, but there are some that have more meaning than others, have a certain sentimental value to me, and I will keep that box, keep the boxes to those.
What makes you actually determine if you're gonna keep it or not? Because I know you said like price points sometimes, um, but what else?
This just because Nocturne, just because backstory. A Scent brother uh, hit me up, and he wanted to send some samples to those in the community, and chopped it up on a TikTok live. Put my nose on it, was I was mind blown, and I was hell bent to get it last year.
Mm,
And when that same brother basically, and we all know the prices of House of Lyra has gone up. It's over 3 bills now. When he hit me up, basically was a plug, was like chopping it up with him. He was like, I said, now plan to get it this year. And we were having a conversation back in November last year. He's like, listen, get it now. Like, what you talking about? Get it now. He basically, before the special deal was announced, he kind of knew about it.
mm.
Gave me the early word. Um, House of Ira had two special deals. One without free shipping, and another one, private one with free shipping. I ended up getting the one with free shipping. So it dropped the price dramatically on that. Um, I'm not gonna say how much, but it dropped the price dramatically on that.
Okay.
Um, um, I mentioned the Naxos. That was the first super niche that I really got when I got a purchase when I got in the game. So I decided to keep that one. There are a couple of others. Um, I'm a big fan of Triumph for Bacchus.
Love it.
To me,
Love
that
it.
thing is a banger.
Love
I
it.
kept the box to that one. And plus, the packaging of Argos. I mean,
Ar-
come on.
Argos is second to none. Like I'm planning on talking about that tomorrow when we record, but Argos to me is just like they don't miss a step on their fragrances, their packaging, their communication, their shipping. I love that house personally.
Yeah, certain fragrances have kind of a similar dry down, but for the ones that stand out, Triumph for Bacchus, Bascio Immortal, um,
Whoo! Yes, yes, yes. You speaking my language right now. That
others.
Danae,
The chocolate, no, come on.
Danae, what is it?
I even like the fire one, Secret Flame.
Okay,
What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one? Um, 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 uh,
I
I
can't
can't
remember the
remember it,
name
but
of it. Yeah.
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, yeah. Some of them, the dry down, and some of them are the same, but the packaging is just, it's too good to let go of them boxes,
See,
man.
and I threw mine away. I agree with you. I held them for so long, and then I'm just like, I can't be up on Al Gore's internet talking about that I get rid of my boxes, and then somebody just happens to see that I keep them. So I ended up tossing that stuff. But that's actually packaging that's worth keeping for real, for
Hmm.
real. You got to end this debate for us too, because we got some people that like this um, with no sugar, sweet tea or unsweetened tea.
I'm black and southern.
Okay,
Sweet tea all day,
listen.
sir.
This is why I needed you to come in and set this straight for us. Thank you, thank
I
you.
mean, non-sweet tea. What is this life?
Because who is this question for? I mean, who is the debate about? It ain't me, because baby, I'm just not drinking sugar right now for Lent. But otherwise, okay.
We go out. You be like, "Can I have a non-sweet tea?" I'm
th-
like, "Who the hell
Let me
orders
let me
that?"
let
First
me
of all, he's
let.
not talking about me because I love
Mhm.
anything
Me
sweet.
too.
It's just,
They ain't talking about me either. So
oh, he's talking about
Okay,
Nigel.
no, I say you ain't
let me
talking
run it
about me.
back.
I
Let
lived
me
in
run it back
Carolina
with
for
a
2 years.
let me run it back with an even more polarizing question. Grits, salt or sugar?
Sugar for me.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Look,
They like
Salt,
see from
look.
the
pepper,
south. They
butter.
want salt, pepper, and cheese on their grits all the way through. You know
I
what
can
I'm
do
saying?
salt, pepper, and cheese, but if I'm gonna do it, I just give me sugar, please.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
you go so you want to do cream of wheat. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, and I
No,
love cream of
It's not
wheat.
no.
I don't
That's
know.
blasphemy. That's
Yeah, no
blasphemy right there.
facts.
Cream of wheat is the same as grits. That's
Hey,
blasphemy.
look, I'm trying to teach you.
I'm so confused. Yeah, no sugar.
All right. Well, this was fun. I, I learned so much today about
Grits and sweet tea.
Please.
and the difference between Mike and Michael. I learned a lot. Jessica, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say because I think Michael, we have been following each other for quite some time. So, I mean, as long as I've been on TikTok, I feel like so I'm glad that we were able to chop it up in this way. I know, we may DM'd a few times or commented on each other's post, but I always appreciate your support. I noticed that when we release podcast episodes, you always comment, you let us know you're watching, and that's really important. I always say TikTok is the app of community, and you are proof of that. You are proof of that. I see you showing up for others. I see you on our post, and just really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I know we appreciate that.
And thank you for having me on. Um, I consider this a honor and a privilege because yeah, I share stuff every now and then, but this is the first real time that someone has reached out to me and wanted to do something like this with me in this context. So sincerely, thank you, thank each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Nigel.
No, just thank you for taking the time to joining us. It's been a pleasure, an honor, and just live healthy, stay well, and smell good.
Appreciate it. We gotta do this. We gotta do this again sometime. We gotta do this again sometime.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely. We gonna get off of here, and we probably gonna get on TikTok for a minute. If you got time, Mike, and you not sick of us yet, hop on in with us too.
No, I got some time. I can hop on for sure.
And then
Okay.
also for the people who are watching on YouTube, where can people find you? Give us your socials so that they can follow.
Uh, on Twitter because I refuse to call it X. You can find me Brother JR at Brother JR 76. Um, Brother JR SC on IG, as well as I think that's my TikTok handle as well, and Blue Sky. Um, I just started a fragrance channel not too long ago, Brother JR, the fragrance enthusiast. Is right now it's just reduced to shorts, but hopefully within the next week or so, I'll upload an interview that I did with the um I'll upload an interview that I did for Black owned Fragrance Week. So I hope to upload a whole episode of that. But also, as I said earlier, pound for pound boxing report, you can find that on YouTube, POUND, the number four, POUND boxing report, where we talk all things boxing. And my writing is over at threekingsboxing.com, your source for pure, unadulterated boxing information.
Is Ricky Hatton still your favorite boxer?
Ricky Hatton dead.
Oh,
Um,
okay. On that note, we out of here. Anybody got anything else they want to say?
I mean, dead literally. He recently passed away. So
When did he pass away?
he passed away late last year. A lot of people suspect that it may have been suicide.
Damn, that's tough to hear. Wasn't he? Isn't he young too? Like in his 40s? Or was
Yeah,
he?
he was only like 45, 46.
Okay, all
Mm.
right. Well, we about to sign off. On that note, everybody take care and remember to tell somebody that they smell good. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.